Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub. The Honda Rebel has always been a motorcycle with a cult following, a bike that managed to bridge the gap between approachable beginner-friendly riding and the appeal of raw cruiser style. Over the years, it has evolved into an icon, a machine that speaks to both new riders looking for a comfortable entry into motorcycling and seasoned enthusiasts who simply want a stripped-back, no-nonsense ride. For 2026, Honda has taken that heritage and pushed it further, refining the Rebel into a more complete package while keeping its spirit intact. This year's Rebel continues the tradition of being accessible yet stylish, practical yet exciting, and above all, a motorcycle that feels deeply connected to the rider. In today's review, we're going to take a deep dive into everything the 2026 Honda Rebel offers, from its design and performance to its unique features and pricing, and ultimately, why this bike is more than just another cruiser in the lineup. Let's start with what makes the Rebel, well, a Rebel. The design is the first thing that captures your attention. The 2026 model has maintained its minimalist DNA, but Honda has sharpened a few details to give it a fresher, bolder presence on the road. The low-slung stance remains, with a seat height hovering around 27 inches, making it extremely approachable for riders of all heights. Honda has sculpted the tank into a teardrop shape that adds both a modern touch and a classic silhouette, while the LED headlamp has been slightly reworked with a cleaner housing and brighter output for better nighttime visibility. The rear end is kept short and tidy, with a fender that doesn't protrude unnecessarily, giving the Rebel its iconic bobber-like profile. This bike is one of those machines that looks equally at home parked in front of a cafe or blasting down the open highway. Honda has also introduced a couple of new color schemes for 2026, with bold matte options as well as classic metallic finishes, ensuring that riders can choose a look that resonates with their personality. Underneath that stylish design, the heart of the Rebel is its engine, and this is where Honda has made sure to deliver both excitement and usability. The 2026 Rebel is offered in multiple displacement options depending on the market, with the most notable being the Rebel 500 and Rebel 1100 variants. The Rebel 500 carries forward Honda's tried-and-true 471 cubic centimeters parallel twin, a liquid-cooled engine that's renowned for its reliability and smooth delivery. It produces around 47 horsepower and roughly 43 Nm of torque, which might not sound overwhelming on paper, but in reality, it's more than enough for spirited city rides, weekend tours, and even long highway stretches. What's important here is how Honda has tuned the engine. The Rebel 500 delivers its power in a very linear, approachable manner, making it beginner-friendly, but there's still enough punch to keep experienced riders engaged. For those who crave more power and presence, the Rebel 1100 is the star of the lineup. Powered by a 1084 cubic centimeters parallel twin borrowed and refined from Honda's Africa Twin Adventure bike, this engine is a torque monster, producing around 87 horsepower and a healthy 98 Nm of torque. What's impressive is how Honda has adapted this engine for cruiser duty, giving it a more relaxed, thumping character that feels right at home on a bike with the Rebel's DNA. It pulls hard from low RPMs, making overtakes effortless, while still being smooth enough for long-distance cruising. Honda also continues to offer both manual and DCT, dual-clutch transmission, options for the 1100, which is a major selling point. The DCT in particular is perfect for riders who want the cruiser lifestyle without the constant clutch work, especially in heavy traffic. On the road, the 2026 Rebel feels composed and confident. Thanks to its low center of gravity and lightweight frame, it's incredibly easy to maneuver, whether you're weaving through traffic or carving through a winding back road. The suspension setup is simple but effective, with telescopic forks up front and twin shock absorbers at the rear. Honda has tuned the suspension to balance comfort with handling, so it soaks up most road imperfections without feeling too soft. Braking performance is solid, with disc brakes on both ends and ABS as standard, giving riders confidence in various conditions. The Rebel 1100 further adds riding modes and traction control, features you wouldn't typically expect in a cruiser, but they elevate the experience and broaden the bike's versatility. Comfort has always been a hallmark of the Rebel, and the 2026 model continues this tradition. The seat is wide and well-padded, designed to keep the rider comfortable during long stints. The riding position is relaxed, with mid-set foot pegs that strike a balance between control and cruiser comfort. This is a big reason why the Rebel appeals to both new and experienced riders. It doesn't force you into an awkward position but instead allows you to naturally settle into the bike. The handlebars are slightly pulled back, making it easy to maintain an upright posture without putting strain on your back or wrists. Even on long highway rides, the Rebel keeps you at ease, which is something not all cruisers in this price range can claim. Technology is another area where Honda has modernized the Rebel without overcomplicating it. The bike features a compact digital display that provides all the essentials: speed, fuel gauge, gear position, trip meters, presented in a clean and easy-to-read format. On the Rebel 1100, you get more advanced features like multiple riding modes, standard, rain, sport, and customizable, cruise control, and Honda's proprietary electronic aids that ensure maximum stability. The inclusion of cruise control on the Rebel 1100, in particular, is a huge plus for long-distance touring. Lighting is fully LED all around, enhancing both visibility and style. USB charging ports are available as well, which is practical for riders who need to keep devices powered on the go. But perhaps what really sets the Rebel apart from other cruisers is its personality. Honda has designed it to be highly customizable, almost like a blank canvas for riders. The aftermarket support is huge, and even Honda themselves offer plenty of accessories, everything from saddlebags and backrests to custom seats and windshields. This makes the Rebel a bike you can truly make your own. Want a stripped-down urban bobber? The Rebel delivers. Want a light tourer with bags and comfort add-ons? The Rebel can do that too. This adaptability is one of its strongest unique selling points. Now, let's talk about the price. Honda has always positioned the Rebel as an affordable entry into the cruiser world, and the 2026 model continues that strategy. The Rebel 500 is expected to start around $6,900, making it one of the best value cruisers in its segment. The Rebel 1100, with its larger engine, advanced features, and DCT option, comes in closer to $10,000 to $11,000 depending on configuration. Compared to rivals, these prices are highly competitive, especially given the build quality, technology, and Honda's legendary reliability. For many riders, the Rebel isn't just a motorcycle purchase, it's an investment in a bike that will likely serve them reliably for years without demanding too much in maintenance. Performance-wise, the Rebel is versatile. The 500 is nimble, efficient, and perfect for urban commuting while still being capable of weekend getaways. The 1100, on the other hand, brings serious muscle to the table, making it a legitimate highway cruiser that can keep up with much bigger bikes. Fuel efficiency is also commendable, with the Rebel 500 delivering around 65 miles per gallon, while the 1100 manages around 45 to 50 miles per gallon depending on riding conditions. That efficiency combined with a decent-sized fuel tank makes both models practical for everyday use. So, if you're in the market for a bike that blends tradition with modernity, comfort with performance, and style with practicality, the 2026 Honda Rebel should be at the top of your list. Honda has taken what riders loved about the Rebel and made it even better, proving once again that sometimes, less is more. For both new riders and veterans alike, the Rebel continues to be one of the most rewarding choices out there, a true rebel in the best sense of the word.